It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Yes, give me a hand. We made it to the weekend. A special early edition of the Geno Jones Show. 5 o'clock today, now, the Eastern Time. My normal start days and times are 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Subscribe, share, screen grab, rip some of the video, rip a video clip and make it go viral. Subscribe, share, screen grab, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. The Geno Jones Show brought to you by CM, like Mary. CM Transportation. If your business, your new business or existing business, if you need dependable, reliable transportation, the transportation company, the truckers, can't depend on them, can't rely on them, never on time, CP time, contact CM Transportation. That's www.cmtransportationllc.net. cmtransportationllc.net, or you can call 843 area code here 606 2702. So 843-606-2702. Ask for Miss Carissa Carter. She is the CEO. Now, Fridays, we always try to have fun, make it a fun day Friday with my guest host, who is feverishly just busy, super busy. You know her, you love her. James had Florida. Cliff had Claire. Regis had Kathy Lee. Desi had Lucy. Howard Stern's got Robin Quivers. But nobody has Kelia Karson but me, Geno, on the Geno Jones Show. And there she is. Yes, there she is, Kelia Karson, ladies and gentlemen, Kelia Karson. What's happening? Unmute your mic.
I'm so busy. I don't
know.
even.
See, I feel bad.
Geno, you talking, I'm texting.
Okay. So, Kelia's sorority. So, shout out your sorority.
Yeah, and yes, I am drinking Capri Sun.
Yes, she is. Yes.
With my old butt.
So now shout out your sorority because you have a big event that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
So go ahead, shout them out.
Okay. So shout out to all my sorors, Phi of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, the greatest sorority on the planet. Our chapter, Upsilon Psi Zeta chapter, Oak Park, Michigan. Our scholarship brunch is tomorrow. And if you know anything about Zeta, scholarship is our first principle. And so we are big on our big scholarship event. As a matter of fact, if you are a Zeta chapter, if you do nothing else, scholarship should be the thing that you do. And we have other things that we do, but scholarship is the top. So this year, I'm proud to say that we're giving out $11,000.
Wow, man, that deserves that's huge. Yes, go ahead, on key.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm hosting, emceeing this year. And believe it or not, I've never emceed for my chapter. It seems weird, but when I joined my chapter, what I wanted to do was learn other things. So then people who would like to host or do things like that, if I needed to help them, I could, but I wanted them to do what they wanted to do. And that's the wonderful thing about our chapter. We let people explore because within the chapter, you learn how politics work and how government works in a way. And all those hierarchy, those levels of business. And so we try to learn different positions, and it helps us outside of Zeta, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to learn other things other than emceeing and hosting. But this year I'm coming back home and doing what I do.
Well, they
So.
said, come on now, Keely, damn it, you're the queen of MCs. You're on there with your boy who's the king of MCs, so you the queen of MCs, so you need to come on and rep for your sisters.
Yeah. And I'm excited, hence the updo.
Yes, I was very nice. I was just waiting for my opportunity to go ahead and shout out your hairstylist or your
yes,
twister.
TC. Say hey, TC Loctician. Thank you so much for keeping me relevant and current in my hairdo, because I would never come up with these do's that she. So this one is, I don't know if you can see it, Geno.
No, that's I like I said, I was just waiting. I was waiting. That was one of the first things coming out of my mouth. I wanted you to shout out the sorority, the Zetas, right? The Zetas.
Yep, Zetas and Upsilon Psi Zeta. That's my chapter. So yeah, shout out to my locticians for getting me together, because trust and believe, if I rolled up in there tomorrow with anything less than fabulous, there would be 20 swords in the background like, we got to get Keela together.
See, well, we do each other's dirty sometimes. We do each other so dirty sometimes.
Oh, listen, I don't consider that dirty.
I know. I was really just saying that in a humorous way.
Because some of us, I'm a little bit more on the tomboyish side than some of my other sorors. They're very much prissy and whatnot. But
now wait, Key. Now wait a minute.
You think I'm prissy?
Look, hold on. Now.
Oh, interesting.
You know yourself better than anybody, so I'm not gonna argue with you. But that adjective you used, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't consider me
you don't give up. You do. There's no tomboy vibe about you.
Really?
There's never been a tomboy vibe from you.
Okay.
Looking at it as a man, you just.
Oh, okay.
You're not phony. I mean, because I've seen you at look. You talk with presidents, CEOs. You got, because we are flexible.
Yeah.
We can. It's not even code switching. We can we're like a thermostat. We can adjust for the room that we're in, and you're a master of that. So I never get no. Just because you honest and keep it 1,000, that ain't. Well, that's just.
Well, I think what I'm really saying, Geno, is that when I wake up in the morning, typically, and I'm going somewhere, this is how you see me. No makeup. I have on lip gloss, but that's about.
But you got the skin. Look, there are women that's got the skin, so you're blessed. My mother's the same way. Tamara's is the same way. They don't need a lot. Like your skin, God has already made your face up. You see, you do the lipstick, gloss, and maybe your eyebrows. You ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to look like a cadaver with all that caked on makeup.
Wait a minute. I'm going to look like a cadaver in the morning, though. At 8 a.m., because I have to be at the event at 8:30 a.m. because it's a brunch. And we'll kick off at 10. But I have to be there, and I'm going to be in full cadaver makeup because my sorors, if I am not, they will get me cadavered.
Don't overdo it, because God bless
they won't. They won't.
See, look, your skin has got that glow. It's no acne, no pimples. Man.
You know what? Zetas have a bad rep for, not like the AKAs. They call them pretty girls, and they always do this, and Zetas, we're known for scholarship. We're known for studying, good grades, and all that. So, but that's a misconception, because we are beautiful, as we call ourselves, because our colors are blue and white. Beautiful. My sorors will make sure I look like $1 million if I need some help tomorrow. So, I'll do the best I can.
Yeah, you got.
For sure, for sure.
Girl, look, I love you, but come on now, I can't let you go out like that. Come on, let's go back. Let's go back in here and work at it a little more. Let's get this right here.
Yeah,
so, that's a good thing. We're just having fun.
But we are a beautiful bunch of women, and we keep ourselves together. So, I don't know what other people got to say about us, but we are naturally a beautiful bunch of women, and we just also happen to be smart.
So let me ask all the beautiful, and shout out to all the Divine Nine, all the Black Greeks.
Oh, yes, we're all
But
Greek.
so my
Yeah.
question is, Keith, did were the beautiful ones and everybody else up in the deep? Were y'all shaking and rolling and rattling, rolling a little bit today? Did y'all feel
Oh,
anything?
with the earthquake, you
Right.
mean?
So for those who may not know,
Hmm.
so you had an earthquake, 4.8.
Hmm.
Now keep in mind, this the epicenter. They said was like 50 miles west of New
New
York
York,
City
right?
and New Jersey. I don't think I think I overheard the last time that New Jersey got an
Hmm.
earthquake that big was what, almost, I think a couple, maybe 200 years ago. It's been a long ass time,
Hmm.
well over a century. So, and the Northeast, the Midwest, like Chicago, I remember that we had some supposedly earthquakes, and the only
Right.
thing was like maybe a little glass, a little rattle.
Shifting of the
Yeah,
buildings
because I
and that
lived in
you,
LA. But the
yeah,
funny thing was, I guess I got out of there in time. I was there for a year living there. And I missed all the big earthquakes. But
yeah,
talk to
yeah.
people in LA, a 4.8, that don't even make an alarm go off.
So one of my bays live in New York, so he called me.
And said, he said, Key Boo, I thought I was with you because the earth somebody just made the earth move under my feet.
Oh, listen, when he saw this hairstyle, he was like, "Should I get on a plane? Where we meeting?" So, but no, he called me seriously, and he lives on the water. He said didn't really feel anything, nothing. And basically, like typical New Yorkers, he was like they didn't even know what happened. They went on about their
Right.
day and
They
was
probably
off
thought it was
the
like
next
a
day.
big one of those big heavy trucks that'll drive down the street and kind of you know,
Exactly.
make the ground
So-
and make the building kind of shake a little bit. So,
right.
but
But he said
listen, we're having
nothing.
fun. The
Yeah.
good news is nobody got hurt as of now.
No.
Nobody
No, no,
got
no.
killed. Nobody got hurt. There was no
No.
property damage. So that's the good news.
Yeah.
So that's why we
Yeah.
can have some fun with it. So.
Right, because if this was serious, I mean, it would be a whole different thing. But we had one in the Metro Detroit, which you talk about, like you were saying for Chicago, that is so rare. And this was more than 20 years ago, I believe. And it was interesting. I wasn't living here at the time, but family and friends called, and it was interesting. It was a little, but not enough that
Keith said it
it
was a little.
interrupted thing. Right. You know, please, you get a bad breakup and it's worse than that. So,
Oh God! All right, well,
so
listen.
yeah,
A shout out
not
to
a whole
the
lot of drama.
shout out to the D. Since we're talking about New York and New Jersey, the Midwest, Chicago, and Detroit. Shout out to your homeboy. I guess I don't know if I'm sure he probably still has a home there. Your boy Judge Greg
Oh, Greg
Mathis,
Mathis, his birthday.
64 today.
Yeah. Yeah, still looking good.
Is he? Is he? Now I haven't sat down and watched his whole reality show. Have you watched it at all?
Oh, you know what, Gino? I'm a documentary fan.
Okay, my
You
bad.
know
I know.
me
My
and my
bad. My
documentaries.
bad. Yes, my bad.
So when it comes to those kinds of shows, I don't really get off into them. I did get off into Deion Sanders primetime thing only because you mentioned it one day. But as far as Judge Greg Mathis, I never. But you know what? His life is interesting. He is definitely he came up, as we call it. He came up through the hood,
Yes,
and by that I mean he had to do hood things
yes, and
to,
he's been very open telling that
yeah,
story. Yeah.
yeah. And so you might get me to watch it because as a Detroiter, I probably should. Um and I typically try to watch things associated with the city. I just haven't gotten to Judge Mathis, but yeah, his story is compelling, and I would like to see what his life is like now. I'm sure it's nothing like it was, but I'm sure you could hear, probably through the process, understand a little bit more why he is the way he is.
I've just seen clips of it, but the take I got from the clips that I saw,
Yeah.
it's like normal, which is great.
Yeah.
Now I know normal doesn't sell, especially folks that the gatekeepers and the ones that are in charge of the stereotypes or just the narratives and images that they want to uh, put out
So
based
he
on how
didn't
they
have
see
any
us.
he didn't have any episodes about him going to a Diddy party, a P Diddy party.
No, 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 not at all. No, he just had a normal life. It was a uh, um, I mean, his family was normal.
Yeah.
It was that they were sitting around a table. I think there was one episode. I think one of his sons is gay, and then I guess some folks
Okay.
was giving him the
Some
blues.
trouble.
And his dad
Okay.
was you could tell his dad is very accepting and loving. That's his son. It's like anybody tripping on all that. So
Well, unfortunately, and it's unfortunate when it's a show like that, people don't want to watch it
that
because
part, come on, that part right there, Keith.
there's no drama there per se. I mean, it's everyday life, which should be interesting,
Right.
but it isn't. We want to see Judge Mathis, like let's say Kirk Franklin having to cuss his son out, or Tiny and T.I. when they
Right.
cussed out their son.
Or no, Diddy, take that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of Diddy, did you see the Al B. Sure post?
Yes. I've seen a couple from Al.
Now listen, for context, the girlfriend, because P. Diddy has never been married that I know of.
Kim Porter.
Right, Kim Porter is the mother
Al B. Sure's
of.
baby mama.
That's right. And he, along with that designer, one of the mothers of
Misa.
yes,
Misa Hilton.
that's her name, Hilton. She was, when you look back on the 90s and all the hip hop gear, the Mary J. Bliges and all, she was the one that designed them.
Yes.
She was the stylist for all the bad boy folks and more hip hop artists in that
her Mary were tight back in the day.
Right.
They did, they did their thing back in the day.
Right. And she, along with Al B. Sure, they both have beef with Diddy and their kids, saying, look, now.
And Diddy claimed, so Al B. Sure's son, so Kim Porter broke up with Al and, started dating Diddy.
Right.
And
Diddy was the stepdad.
Al B. Sure's son was, folks say the way Diddy did it was like really out of jealousy, because he was, I guess, jealous, insecure, Al B., whatever it was, which kind of leads to where you were going about Al B. is like, I got sick,
quiet.
I almost died.
Yep, almost died. And and now everybody be aware, conspiracy theories are getting ready to come out.
Well, they've been out with that.
Well, but I'm just saying it's really getting ready, because Al said, I'm writing a book. And in the book, we're going to talk about how I ended up in a coma.
Well, shout out to singer Jaguar Wright.
And yeah, Jaguar.
They tried to shade her, Keith, because she had some mental health challenges. But listen, all the things that Jaguar Wright was saying on YouTube,
it comes up.
All of a sudden, she don't sound so crazy now, does she?
That's right. Well, I think let me pat my little hot flat. Listen,
she don't sound so crazy now.
I think that it's hard for people to believe some of the crazy stuff that goes on in Hollywood. And Geno, I know you could back me up on this.
Yeah.
When you have money and you can do anything and you've done everything, the next stuff you start doing is the crazy stuff because you bored with the regular.
Yes, that part.
You had all the women, you've had all the drink, you went to the different countries and took the ski trips and took your boys and your girls to Dubai and okay, so then that's when the weird stuff starts happening. Okay. And also when you have that kind of power as a Black person,
But let me say
sometimes
this, Key.
you can't handle it.
Let me say this, because I had this. I was having this conversation with several people.
Yeah.
Money and power, it does not change you. It will reveal your true character because it will give you the resources and it will fuel your ego because you've got the financial resources and or the power to really be your true self.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And Diddy, as a little boy, was probably a control freak, but didn't have nobody to control. And when he grew up and got access and then had the income and had the connections to put people on, I mean, that's huge to be able to make or break a star. I mean, a Mary J. Blige, are you kidding me? A Biggie.
Father MC.
Father MC. What's the oh yeah, and what about the group, his group with Lil C's and Lil Kim
Junior
and
Mafia?
Junior Mafia.
Yeah, we could go on and on and on.
Yeah, Lil Kim. I mean, Jodeci. I mean,
Case, Loon.
Come on.
So, yeah.
It goes on and on and on. I mean, people got a glimpse of it when he had that reality show. That one group that it was several.
Kane. Yeah.
Danity Kane.
And that's the group that Cassie.
That's boom.
And there are reports that Cassie's cooperating with the feds.
That's right.
And,
so
that NDA, that non-disclosure, it don't apply when the feds want to talk to you.
Oh no. Listen, if you had an NDA with somebody, and people know this from the R. Kelly, a lot of those women had NDAs. A lot of those women had already sued him and won lawsuit. I mean, not lawsuits, but settlements.
Mm-hmm.
But once
when them folks show up like they showed up to Diddy's house, ain't no NDA.
Right, because this is one of those charade moments. Who gonna check me, boo? I mean, nothing Diddy can do now, nothing R. Kelly can do. Once the police or the feds or whatever get involved, you can't go sue those people for.
And you were choosing, Key, between okay, I might sign the NDA, but on the other hand, perjury is more of a threat to me than violating the NDA. Because if these feds come and talk to me, and if they interrogate me, and then or send me a subpoena or put me not in front of, and have me come to a deposition,
right?
You under oath. The only thing you can plead the fifth. That's about all you can do.
Right, and listen, when you get to that point, most people are not afraid of what the said celebrity is going to do, because at that point,
them feds got some receipts on you, and they got some audio, video, or pictures. Like now, you can cooperate.
And you got bigger problems. You got bigger problems than worrying about suing Cassie. You got bigger problems, Diddy, R. Kelly. I mean, so you ain't gonna spend any time, any money chasing after people who broke a NDA.
Right.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about, and let me just say this again for anybody that's watching this. Look, all right, I'm not hating on Diddy. As a matter of fact, Kelia and I talked about it. There were these stories, a lot of these stories, and these parties, and a lot of stuff that the public is now hearing. We have heard. We've known of it. We've known. I knew people who worked at MCA, which distributed Bad Boy Records. I've known people. I've, developed not the romantic relationships, but known artists and talked to these artists. So this is he can do the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, listen, these have been the talk. Diddy's parties have been legend. Okay.
And here's a good example, Keith. Let me just say this for all those. Well, man, y'all, we know they always trying to take a black man down. Listen, here's an example, Keith, of two people that had legendary parties who were super famous. And I'm gonna cite one, and you probably know where I'm going with it. Who's way more famous than Diddy. Rest in peace to Prince. Prince used to do an annual event. He would invite like people in radio and in the industry to Paisley Park.
Yeah.
Legendary, iconic. Yep. You ain't hearing nobody come out talking about what Prince was. And Prince ain't even here. And if Prince was really doing some, because he was open with he was going to have the finest women, and it wasn't no secret. But you ain't heard nobody to say that he was, the stuff that Cassie alleges, forcing her to have sex with other dudes and was, violently, was physically violent toward her. So,
I mean, there are several, like you said, Geno, several Aretha Franklin's big birthday party here in Detroit, legendary party. People come from all over the world to come to Aretha's birthday party. That was a who's who of Hollywood. Right. But you didn't hear about, and listen, I know about.
Yes. Keith said, look.
I can't even know.
Keith said, look, I got some story. I could go Cat Williams now. I got some tea to spill too, if I just really wanted to.
But won't be.
But it's nothing to that level.
No, nothing like that. And it's just that when celebrities get together and want to unwind, they want a safe space to unwind. And they're not doing anything crazy. It's just that they having fun. And when you're having fun, maybe you have a little bit too much to drink, or maybe you start dancing crazy, or maybe you're telling too much joke, or maybe you forget where your lady is, right, and pick up somebody else. Right.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
Just typical party crap, right?
Normal. We're not condoning it, but just not to the. What Diddy was on, and that's a whole.
That's all.
Like
that's
a
demonic.
Okay, so
that's demonic, crazy. Are you serious? Kind of stuff. And Diddy. Let me tell you how big Diddy's party was in the Hamptons. That's where Snoop met Martha Stewart.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I forgot that.
That's how they became buddies, because Snoop and Martha, for whatever reason, have become. She got
a thing for Snoop.
Baby, they are the best.
Now look, you don't hear it from me, but I'm just saying, like women know, a woman know, bros know when. I think Snoop.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
I'm just saying, I think Snoop might have.
He is married.
Maybe, the Hamptons. Now, come on, and just, and we know Snoop is the cannabis connoisseur. So maybe Martha had it's just speculation. You never know, but who knows? Maybe
told Martha.
Maybe she could have got a contact high from all the smoke that's around.
I think she had a little more than a I mean, that's what I heard.
Wait, Key, as a woman, you should be able to see, because sometimes the way Martha be looking at Snoop, it's like.
No,
I've seen some. It seemed like Martha was looking at Snoop like he was like one of them. Remember when Popeyes came out with them chicken sandwiches that everybody was trying to get?
Black.
She was looking at Snoop like he was that Popeyes chicken sandwich when it first came out. She
yum, give me some.
I gotta get some more.
Yeah, yummity yum. Listen, that is weird there, and it's not because he's black, she's white. That's not the weird. It's just
they don't right.
Yeah, her lifestyle is like Connecticut and Upper East New York, and
Alfonso Ribeiro and
yeah,
her, you could see that. They kind of
yes,
got the same energy, you know.
Northern, yeah.
Right.
You know,
Snoop, and maybe it's if like somebody says Snoop and maybe Pink, somebody like that. You could kind of
yeah, yep,
same energy, entertain. Yeah, you could see that.
yeah,
But
yeah. But Martha,
it's Snoop and Martha, no, that's like
yeah, it's different. It's weird.
that's like your nephew that drive that big old car, you know, the old Deuce and a Quarter, you know, with the Crown Royal bag smelling like weed, with his pants sagging, and a white suburban mom or grandmom out there in suburban Detroit
Yeah,
somewhere,
yeah, yeah,
living
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
4,000 square foot home, and husband is the CEO or GM or something. That kind of
But
energy.
listen, I'm not mad at Martha, because when you get a certain age, you want to feel young and fly.
Oh, you
And
mean like Cher?
perfect example. Wait a minute, Jada.
Oh, yeah. Checkmate.
Lest we not forget.
Yep.
Okay. I
Jada.
mean, there are cougars out there, and you want to feel a certain way, and a man like Snoop might make you, you know.
And Key, you just mentioned Jada, and I kind of feel bad for that poor kid, the singer R&B kid, August Alsina.
Oh,
He ain't
yeah.
made another record, and she messed him up so bad he went and dated a dude, fell in love with him. Like, I'm tapping out.
Yeah, I mean, and he should have left this alone in the first place. He should have kept his mouth shut. As we at the beginning of this conversation, we were saying that, you know, you go to certain things, you do certain things, you keep your mouth shut. That was one of those, should have kept your mouth shut, because this did not benefit him in any way.
None of them.
It didn't change the dynamic of Will and Jada. They still as cuckoo as they were before.
And they still together.
Still together. Done made money off of their cuckoo.
Red Table Talk.
She wrote a book. He done slapped Chris Rock.
Slapped the taste out of his mouth, and
right. All Alcina did with his broke is help Jada and Will make more money. Duh.
Poor August.
Poor August.
Well, hopefully he's
poor
found true love. I don't know who dude is, but you know, I've seen pictures on social media, so hopefully he's found.
Nobody knows who he is. Poor August, indeed. He's poor, and he should have shut up. Kept his mouth. He might have got a little something from Jada in the time of need if he had kept his mouth shut. He ain't getting nothing now from nobody.
And thank you, Key. As a matter of fact, she just dropped the mic, so we are gonna close with some. We're gonna put the Gen Zers, especially, and the millennials. We're gonna put y'all up on some game.
Okay.
If you're gonna be, you know, if you're gonna be making these moves, you know, if you're gonna try to trade up in terms of social economic income bracket.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Upgrade. Yeah.
You got to be smart with it, because see, the old school is. Key will tell you, because I know some of the old female Max had told him, you know, you got a good situation, especially financially.
Listen.
Stop talking. Keep them off Instagram. Ain't nobody got to know.
Listen. You see how cute I am? I had some friends. You don't kiss and tell. You have a good time and take your butt on about your business.
Don't be texting their wife.
Nope.
Or their husband. Don't let your ego and your emotions mess up your money, if that's the move.
Yeah, if you moving that way where you messing with other people's stuff, let's call it that, you dang sure need to go quietly in the night.
Right. And just make sure you got a good accountant. Make sure you saving some of that money. Don't spend it all going to Jamaica and Puerto Rico and buying Birkin bags and no, don't.
No, no,
Maybe,
no.
maybe get a good financial planner and get a nice investment portfolio and let that money make some.
And listen, when you play it the right way, you get a little bit, just enough. Don't be greedy, and quietly go away.
And because the thing is, you get a little bit, but the longer you keep your mouth shut, and the longer you don't become a home wrecker, and come in like an earthquake, like an 8.8 instead of a 4.8. So you can be a 4.8 because that's just maybe the glass was just clanging just a little bit.
Right.
But you can't be an 8.8 and demolish the whole damn house. No. And
No.
And the longer you can keep that and keep your ego and emotion in check, the longer the check. Speaking of it, the longer you can
Just saying.
online, you can look at the balance like, oh, okay. Let me be quiet. Let me just go ahead. I know my role. Play my part. If you're going to play to win, bottom line. If you're going to play the game, play to win, or don't play at all.
And listen, silence is golden.
Right.
Especially in that lifestyle.
Right. And be prepared. Be prepared to deal with the consequences because karma will apply to you too. And
That's right.
Tamara said, karma now, she's a slow bitch, but she'll eventually show up. So by the time she shows up, hopefully you have got that money diversified and it's made money. You set up a trust and then you got something to fall back on.
Why do you think Kim Porter, honey, you never heard from that. Once her
Kim, though, but Jaguar's right. Jaguar right is like her death wasn't no accident.
Well, I mean, I'm putting that over here for now. I'm just saying in the context of our conversation about keeping your mouth shut. Now Kim Porter did know where all the bodies were buried in Diddy land. That woman ain't said nothing. None of his close circle did, but that's why the whole Al B. Sure, the Misha, Kim, all of that is shocking now.
See.
Because people are like breaking their silence. They're like, we sick of you now.
Right. And Cassie's a different generation. Gen Z.
Yeah.
She's like, look, no.
Yeah.
I ain't, nope. So
she was smart. She waited until because if
she gotta wait.
are going to open your mouth, you better have receipts.
Yes. Right. So get you a good videographer. Get a good videographer. Better yet, take a videographer class. And have the cameras. Like them little security cameras you can get for your house if you want to keep an eye on, like the babysitter. It'll look like.
This could be my camera right here.
Yeah, there you right. It can be part of the plant or something on the refrigerator or like a lamp. It could be a lamp.
Or in my ring. Here's my camera. What you say?
All right, Key, you gotta get to work. I gotta get to this hockey game. I love you. Thank you. Have a great weekend. I'm sure are you gonna stream live? Can we see you on social media?
No, we're not streaming live because our brunch is a private thing.
Yeah.
Because we do private things. So we won't be streaming, but I will have some great pictures for you.
Okay. So we can on social media. So where can we follow you on social
media?
I'm
Kelia Karson everywhere. I'm Kelia Karson, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat,
Instagram, Threads.
Everywhere I'm Kelia Karson. Yes.
Okay, yeah, and just as Carson with a K, y'all.
Yes, you see it right there. KK.
There you go. Love you, Key.
Love you too, G.
Thank you.
You too.
Hey, thanks for letting me be a part of your life, everybody. God bless each and every one of you, and especially you, God most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Show live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. The Geno Jones Show brought to you by CM Transportation. As I do this real quick, let me just lean over and hit this button. There we go. If your business needs dependable, reliable transportation, CM Transportation is for you. www.cmtransportationllc.net, www.cmtransportationllc.net, or you can call 843-606-2702, 843-606-2702. Ask for Carissa Carter. She's the CEO. And tell her Geno told you to call and ask for it. She'll make sure your business has the kind of transportation company and truckers that your business needs, that you can depend on and rely on, and can get whatever you need for your business, the transportation services, on time. Shout out to Mr. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show, the CEO of Designer Cuts. Check him out on IG, on Instagram, Kel B Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check her out on IG and her collection, Future Fashion Designer Superstar. She's a fashion designer, future superstar right there. Check her out on IG and her collection, LX.NCL_LX.NCL_ on IG. Have a great weekend, everybody. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Monday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. I love you. Have a great weekend. I'm out.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.